Have you ever felt it? That quiet shift, a subtle kind of weariness that just settles in over time. It's a feeling so many of us know, but it's really hard to put a name to. Well, today, we're going to try and explore that feeling together.
You know, we tend to think that the most profound changes in our lives have to be loud. They have to announce themselves with a bang. But so often, they don't. There's not always a big event or a clear line in the sand. Sometimes, something just quietly emerges.
It's this feeling that you can't pin to a specific day or a specific week. You can't say, oh, that's when it started. It just is. A persistent sense that something has quietly worn down inside you.
And right along with that comes a tiredness that sleep doesn't seem to fix. You know the kind I'm talking about. A low-grade exhaustion that just sort of becomes your new normal.
It's not really sadness, not exactly. It's more of a subtle disconnection, a distance from your own life. It's like you're there, you're going through the motions, but you're watching it all happen from just behind your own eyes.
So, what is this unnamed feeling? I mean, from the outside, everything can look perfectly fine. You're functioning, you're meeting your obligations, maybe you're even kicking goals. But inside, there's this background hum, this inner noise. Life is definitely happening, but you're not always feeling it.
And this captures that frustrating paradox perfectly, doesn't it? You take a break, you get a full night's sleep, you stop working for the weekend, but that feeling of being drained, it just doesn't lift. It's as if your internal system never truly gets to power down.
And this really gets to the heart of why this happens. Busyness becomes a shield. We fill our schedules, we keep moving, because in that constant motion, we don't have to face that quiet discomfort that's just waiting for us in the silence.
This whole pattern, it builds into a deeper logic, which is the core idea we're going to unpack today, a state of living from demand. It might start out as just a simple way to get things done, but it can quietly, sneakily take over everything.
So here's the crucial point. Demand isn't just about external pressure from your boss or your family. It becomes an internal voice. It becomes your identity. It's a system where any pause, any moment of rest feels like a failure or like a dangerous risk. You don't just feel demanded of you become demanding, mostly with yourself.
And let's be really clear, this is so different from healthy responsibility. Responsibility is a choice you make to respond to real needs, and it has natural limits. Demand, on the other hand, is a compulsion. It's a drive to meet some invisible, ever-moving standard. It's a race with no finish line.
Just think about that for a second. Under the logic of demand, your well-being, how you actually feel, becomes secondary to your output. Your value isn't based on your state of being, but on what you produce. And over time, that just erodes the very connection you have to yourself.
Eventually, something has to give. And so often, it's our body that speaks up first. But here's the thing we have to understand. The body isn't failing you. It isn't rebelling. It's actually trying to protect you. It's sending you a message.
So let's just sit with this for a moment. What if all those signs of weariness, the exhaustion, the brain fog, what if they aren't flaws that you need to fix with more discipline or more coffee? What if they are vital pieces of information trying to tell you that the way you've been living just isn't sustainable anymore?
And the body's language, it's usually pretty subtle. It's not a shout, it's a whisper. It's that unexplained tiredness, the mental fog, that tension that lives in your shoulders. All of it is your body saying, hey, I can't sustain this pace without care anymore.
So how do we respond to that whisper? Well, the path forward isn't another high-pressure project. It's not some grand plan for self-improvement that you have to execute perfectly. No, it's something much, much quieter. It's a gentle, internal shift in how you relate to yourself, your time, and your own energy.
This shift is built on these small, repeated gestures. First, letting go of the internal burdens that you're only carrying out of habit. Second, learning to simply stay with your feelings, even the uncomfortable ones, without immediately rushing to fix them. And third, just repeating tiny, sustainable acts of care for yourself.
And this, right here, is the key takeaway. This isn't about quitting your job or dropping all your responsibilities. The real shift isn't about doing less, it's about carrying less. It's about releasing the internal weight, the outdated expectations, the need for perfection, that story in your head that says you must always be pushing forward.
And what's amazing is that when we start to carry less, our entire relationship with time begins to change. It stops being this enemy that we have to conquer or manage, and it becomes more of a landscape,
something to be moved through, to be inhabited.
We all know that feeling, right? Where did the week go? Time just flies. But what if the problem isn't that time is moving too fast? What if the problem is that we're absent? Our attention is so often pulled into the future or stuck in the past that we're never fully present in the very moments that make up our lives.
The goal here isn't to make every single moment blissful. I mean, that's impossible. The goal is to make every moment real, to actually be present for it. Because that presence, that simple contact with reality, is what creates a sense of grounding and stability, even when things are difficult.
And so all of this leaves us with a final, really powerful question to carry with us as we begin to let go of a life that's driven only by control and by demand. What starts to emerge? The question is no longer about what you should do, but about what feels truly coherent, what feels truly alive, what is truly yours. And that's not a question that needs an immediate answer. It's an invitation to a whole new way of being.